Welcome into a brand new segment that we're kicking off today for you at Slyman Brothers. We're here in the Ballwin location. This kitchen is to die for. My mom just asked, wouldn't you like to have this? The answer is yes. You can have it for yourself. So you can check in with any of their locations, but Slyman Brothers, the Ballwin locations, where you're going to see us doing a lot of cooking. Mama Jackie is with me to kick it off today. We're going to be incorporating chefs and restaurant owners, anybody in the food industry over the next several weeks. We're actually going to kick off a Fashion and Food Friday segment. You're probably thinking, wait a minute, it's Thursday. Yes, well, that's only because we have a speaking engagement that we're doing tomorrow. So we thought we would kick it off today, get a little tease, and bring it back. I have to thank Corey Schonhorst with Punchline Productions. He's like, hey, instead of you doing it by yourself, why don't you and your mom do it together? And we kept thinking about, is there something in our past that has been handed down over the years? A lot of it's more baking, Mom, right?
Yes.
So your family, and maybe we do this on a future show, did, how do you pronounce it?
Kolachkis.
Kolachkis is how we said it, but now we see all these brick and mortars on the corner of everywhere, and I think people pronounce them kolachi. And we're like, no, it's kolachki. It's more of a Czechoslovakian, right? Passed down. So that's really time consuming. So we thought we would instead start off with something that came to us that you used to make us when I was a kid, growing up, teenager, even in college. I'd come back home, all the college kids, they want their parents to cook for them. What did you make for us?
Stuffed peppers.
Stuffed peppers. Now, when you made them though, Mom, how did you make them? You used rice, didn't you?
Yes, we used rice, but we're going to use quinoa.
Which looks like quinoa.
Looks like quinoa.
Which, by the way, from a nutritional standpoint, it actually has protein components to it. So, yes, this is going to be more of a vegetarian, vegan-based 2 dishes that we're going to make for you today. One of them is the stuffed peppers, so we're kind of modernizing it just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You need a knife?
No, I was just looking, because that's right, we didn't bring any those little meat patties.
No, but that was the thing. So if you want to, you could put ground turkey.
Yes.
You could put ground beef. Mm-hmm. If you want to keep it in the vegan aspect, you could put some little tempeh, so it'll take on the taste of chicken or beef or anything. You want to put like sauces and spices into it. So if you want to keep it all vegan. Now we are going to make it more of a vegetarian, vegan based, because we're going to put some cheese on it. That's because of my sister-in-law. She said everything's better with cheese. So we are going to put cheese on it. But so you used to do ground turkey or ground beef, right? Ground beef.
Ground beef, yes.
Ground beef and what else?
And rice. Tomatoes, chopped up tomatoes, onions.
So, but didn't you put like the fun onions? Didn't you put like fried onions on top?
Oh, we had like
fun onions.
The fun, we had.
Funyuns.
Funyuns, yeah.
All of that.
Sprinkle that on
and
top.
Just delicious. So if you've never had a stuffed pepper before, we're going to make it today, but we're modernizing it. We are actually going to do it from a recipe book, and we're going to shout out to Melissa Costello. She was the chef, and may still be, with Tony Horton, of P90X fame.
Yeah.
Shout out to my friend Tony and Melissa. This is from her book. It's called Karma Chow, and the Ultimate Cookbook from Melissa Costello. So we're going to be cooking from that. They use quinoa. They use currants, got a little sweet taste to it, and fire roasted tomatoes. We're going to use some coriander. We're going to use some cumin, and we're going to use a little cayenne pepper. I won't use too much. You want to tell all of them? I do like spicy food.
She loves spicy food. She even tells the Chinese place, I want your hot.
Or Thai, or Mexican.
Yeah.
I want Mexican hot. I want Thai hot. Yes, but I won't do that for you or you.
Yeah,
you can make that as hot or as mild as you want to. We're also, though, because that's going to be cooking, we thought, why don't we show you a little bit more of something you can have for the summer? Because after all, right here it says I'm the wine and barbecue queen. So a great summer barbecue dish that we're going to make from a Friends cookbook. I am a huge Friends fan. I don't mean my friends, I mean the show Friends. So this is a simple one. All we need is zucchini. We've got some really amazing tomatoes, like straight from the garden tomatoes. I'm not going to tell you what that looks like. Looks like a butt.
Looks like a butt.
We've got a yellow one. We've got a red one. We're also going to use, I'm not a huge fan of garlic and onion. It kind of messes my stomach up. But you got to put it in because it makes things taste better.
Oh, yes.
We're going to use some fresh basil. I mean, look at this. I got this from the store. Zach was asking me where I went shopping. We're going to shop all over the place. And you have a store that you want us to come to, we'll do that. We just ran up to Schnucks. right? So our local supermarkets. And we were just going to buy the regular basil out of the bag.
Yeah, a bag.
And I saw this and I was like, wait a minute. We can keep this, keep it in a sunny place, and keep the basil coming. So look, it keeps giving back for us. Right. So all of these ingredients, some spinach, some onions, some garlic, some peppers, tomatoes, basil. Doesn't it sound good? Very good for spring and summer. Some zucchini. We've got the currants, the quinoa. If you've never used nutritional yeast before, that's actually going to go into our stuffed peppers. And then we're going to put a little cheese on top. And of course, to keep it St. Louis, Emo's cheese.
Emo's cheese.
Just to make it a little more St. Louis. Okay, you want to get started? Let's get started on the peppers. So we are going to use 4 peppers. We like the red and the yellow ones. So we're going to cut those. Mom, you want to start with what? I don't want my mom cutting herself. So let me give you a knife. You want a small one? You want a medium one?
Maybe I'll do that.
Medium? All right, we'll have her get started on that. So we need 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I'll get some olive oil ready. We've got a medium yellow onion that's going to be diced up. And again, this recipe is from the Karma Chow Cookbook, which is phenomenal. There's so many good recipes that I've been using with my clients over the years. Some garlic is going to be minced up, a couple of cloves. Yep, we've got a trash can over there. We're going to use some cayenne pepper, some chopped baby spinach, a couple of cups of that. We will give you this recipe, by the way. We will make sure that you have everything that you need to make this yourself. But these large yellow or red bell peppers, cut in half lengthwise, and then we're going to de-seed them, which is what Mama's doing right now. So I'll have her take care of those. If you have any hacks, by the way, that's what I really love. Don't you all love to get on to Instagram and TikTok, Facebook, and find all these hacks to make your cooking easier? I know, Mom, isn't there a way to do garlic easier?
Yes, and I forget exactly what it was.
We need the life hacks.
Yes, and you put it either in a bowl or something, or a jar with the lid, and then you just shake it real hard, and it just
shake your money maker.
it just
all right, while
peels it for you.
She is cutting these lengthwise for us. I'm going to get them all cut up. She is getting the seeds out of them. Again, we're using 4 of these cut in half lengthwise. So we're not going to chop them up because we are going to use these to stuff inside, putting it in our baking dish. So I'm going to help her with that, and then after we do our first dish, we're then going to get ready for the zucchini. And I do want to let you know, so this is why I wore this today, the barbecue and the wine, which we do have a little wine while our dish is baking away. We have 6 zucchinis that we are going to cut up. And while we do that, that's going to be an easier dish that you can have for barbecue season, spring, again, outdoor, beautiful weather season. I'm going to get these tops off to make it a little bit easier for her. But that is like the simplest, very little ingredients. Thank you. And then this one. Oh, yep. Very minimal ingredients. Again, zucchini and some tomatoes, some basil, little seasonings. If you would, some people like oregano, some people don't. So if you like oregano, I would think you maybe want to add a little bit to this. Otherwise, the basil and the olive oil and the salt and pepper are going to speak for itself. A very simple side dish that you can use for salads that take the place of a salad, but normally you would grill it. We don't have a grill, a barbecue grill to go out to. So we're just going to put it right here on this beautiful Wolf stove, which they were telling me all the really cool things. If you don't want to overcook things, it has 2 different layers to it. So this can do the normal, where I just love the sound of a gas. I miss it, by the way, because I have an electric stovetop. But there's a whole other level to this thing where you can take it down. They were saying that you can, make it so low so that maybe when you're trying to do some chocolate and you don't want to burn the pan and just simmer it really low, there's a whole nother layer to this Wolf stove. We are, I think I'm ready to go. Yeah, we preheated our oven, by the way, to 350 degrees. Okay, keep them a little bit bigger, Mom, because look this is like sailing away in a canoe instead of a huge speedboat. I need a speedboat. We have to stuff this.
Well, that was a small
This was a small one? All right, well, this guy gets more. This is going to go to, maybe this will go to the dogs. They get a little small one for them. Okay, again, if you're just tuning in, a brand new segment that we are doing every week. We'll be doing Food and Fashion Fridays, and we are going to be cooking from the Slyman Brothers Kitchen here in Ballwin. Kicking it off with Mama Jackie. But we used to have an incredible restaurant segment that I did. Mom, do you remember that for 8 years at Camel X?
Yes.
Every Sunday, our last half hour of the show, we would do, oh no, did you cut yourself?
Yes.
Okay, let me cut from here on out. See? You did?
I should
Do
have
you need a
did the
Band-Aid?
tiny,
Just a tiny one.
just a tiny one.
She's not gushing. All right,
No.
come on over here. Let's bring the trash can over
I
here. No
should've-
more cutting.
I should have used the tinier
No,
one.
no more cutting for
here,
Mom.
No, I can use it, but the tinier one.
So what do you want to tell me about growing up? What were some of your favorite things to do? Let me make sure you're okay.
Oh,
You're okay. Just put some dirt on it. Don't do that. Now go wash your hands.
No.
I'll take it. Go wash your hands. Go wash your hands. So growing up, Mom was more of a baker. So there's some things over the weeks ahead that if we bring Mama Jackie back into it and not injure her, that we will do these kolaches, however you want to say it. That was what I remember growing up. So I'm going to core this a little bit. She also did this, as she does, I should say, but it's more around, what do you think, Mom? Around fall, definitely around Thanksgiving time, you make a pumpkin paradise?
oh, paradise pumpkin pie.
Paradise pumpkin pie. Yes. So that's something that we can do in the fall. What else? Oh, snickerdoodles.
Snickerdoodles. Yes, that was favorite.
Gosh, this is a very sharp knife, by the way, folks. We are making these stuffed peppers, and I'd love to know, by the way, if you've got a special recipe that you would like us to show, you can send it in to me, info@therealmonicaadams.com, and maybe we can make it on a future show, or maybe, what do you want?
I was gonna
Get that,
cut
some of that off? Or maybe
Take
we
that
can...
little knife.
Here, while I'm doing this, why don't you do me a favor and get some of the other things ready?
Well, I can
I'm
check
going to
up.
do this. So I need 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And we already filled the baking sheet with 1 inch of water. We're going to heat the olive oil in a saucepan. So let's go ahead and get the saucepan. We can use this. We said we were going to compete against each other. So we've got electric and gas. This is an induction stove. And I'm thinking I want this. So super easy. And it literally has like this magnet aspect. You could put your hand on this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have you do it, but you can put your hand on it and it won't get hot.
It won't burn you.
It won't burn you, right?
But it'll heat, yeah.
Here's our heating. We're going to do it right about here. So what I need to do is do 2, did I say 2? 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. There you go. Put that in there for me. I love this induction stove. So if you're looking for a new stove, you're looking for a new appliance, come on up to Slyman. That's a tablespoon. I just need you to
Both of
fill
them?
it. Yes. Thank you. Don't you love cooking with your mom? Both sides are the same, Mama. Yes. So I need 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. We'll have her get that all ready. So she's doing that while I'm making these. And then we're going to need to do a little onion and celery and garlic. So, and then we'll cook that for about 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and get the onion. I want to know.
One from each.
Sure, yeah, make it even. Don't let anybody be left out of this. Do you have any hacks? I'm asking all of you. Any hacks, by the way, of how to not cry when you're cutting up onions? That's what I want to know. Mom, do you know?
Well, I told you you're supposed to cut it underwater, or I thought of, and I did it, wear sunglasses.
I wear my sunglasses while I'm cooking.
Cut up the onion.
All right, can you dice up this onion? I'm gonna let you cry. No, I'll do it. Let's get this onion all diced up. I'm gonna end up crying. Hey, you know what? My guest would all say it's about time because she makes us cry on set. We're gonna dice this baby up. Yes, underwater. Let's make sure this is moving around a little bit. We'll get it up a little higher. I love this. Who has an induction stove, by the way? Anybody? I did hear the message the other day, by the way, from Audra. Audra wants us to bring back the Barking Baker segment. So I don't know if that'll be done during a Food and Fashion Friday, but we will bring the Barking Baker back, guaranteed. And that will not be done here because we are not bringing dogs into the Slyman Brothers Kitchen. No. Mom, what's your favorite thing about you and your mom when you were growing up?
I guess cooking with, making the kolachkis. Because that was a long, drawn out, almost all day long thing. You had a,
So why we're not doing it today?
I know, because you would have to get the dough going and get it to rise a little bit. Roll it out into inch pieces, make little balls, and then scoop them apart.
Can you stir it for me? Why don't you give me that knife before you hurt yourself?
You don't trust me?
So, how many of you have had kolachkis before, by the way? I, as a kid, I will say, I'm just going to always be real and honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan. Keep stirring that for me because we got to get our garlic and everything minced up.
Of
Of the kolachkis, I'm just...
not, I like the prune with cheese, but it was cream cheese. No,
Yes.
cottage cheese.
Oh, I thought it was cream cheese.
No, cottage cheese. And I did not like the,
Oh, you have one that you didn't like? I didn't know this.
the poppy seed.
Oh, you didn't like the poppy seed. I
No,
was just getting ready to tell you all, I did not like the poppy seed.
No, I did not like the
The
poppy seed.
apricot was okay.
Apricot and prune with the cheese, and that was about the ones that Mom mostly made.
So, yeah, that's what I remember. But what about from a cooking standpoint? Was Grandma much of a cooker? I don't have... How young was I when Grandma died? Cooking in the kitchen, by the way. We're at Slyman Brothers. If you're just tuning in, it's a brand new segment. And yes, we're kicking it off with Mom. We're making some stuffed peppers. Looking forward to featuring a lot of chefs from our area. Missouri side, Illinois side. If there's any celebrity chefs that come in town, that would be a lot of fun. So no, I'm asking you about your growing up.
I know. I'm trying to think. I don't.
You don't remember Mom making much? Here's Grandma, I should say, your mom.
Grandma. Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to do on a future show. Hey, by the way, it's working. I'm told that if you buy a Vidalia onion, that they don't make you cry as much as a regular onion. Did you know that? That's a little life hack for you.
Yeah.
Cooking hack.
And they have a milder, sweeter taste.
Yeah, I like them. They are
Yeah.
much sweeter. Some people, they're not like some people say they're like a apple. They're not that sweet.
No.
But they do have that crunch to them. So this is a medium onion. And again, we're going to give you the recipe for this. I am modernizing what my mom used to make for us when we were growing up. So we used to do stuffed peppers, but her peppers were with white rice. I am trying to make this a little healthier for you. And for those that are looking, is it too much for you? We'll bring it down a little bit.
No, it's okay.
It's going to make her cry. Don't cry, Mama. I want to give a little protein component. If you don't want to use ground turkey or ground beef, then you can make this completely vegan. Don't put the cheese on it, obviously. So you would make it with protein components in your quinoa.
Where's Tempe?
Tempeh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an alternative to like a meat source.
No, you can leave this up high.
Okay, well, I don't want to make you cry.
How do you turn it up? See,
It's so easy. I'm getting one of these. My husband told me to check it out because we have had a break in like on the side of our stovetop, and he said it's time. I've been hearing a lot of people say that they really love these induction stovetops, so we'll do that. All right, so we got the onion, we've got our olive oil. I'm gonna get a little. You want to do this for me?
Okay, sure.
Yep. So we're gonna get this ready. We already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. We've got our peppers. I'm gonna put these in our water. So again, heating the olive oil, adding onion, celery. Let's get a little celery going as well. I've got another cutting dish over here. So I'll get the celery going for you. And then we'll stir in some spinach. We'll make that wilted, add the tomatoes and salt. We'll cook that up. We got some black beans. All of this is gonna be yummy, yummy, yummy. And then we'll fill all of these. So I'm gonna set these in here. You wanna do a little red and yellow? So all of us are getting along, right? All of our friends. Mm-hmm. We'll put all the little red and we'll split them up here. Red and yellow. We're gonna have extras and aren't gonna fit in here. So I'm not gonna use that small guy you had earlier. Okay, and then I'll cut up some of the celery. And then when we put this, I don't think we're gonna use the big knife today. When we put this in the oven, then we're going to set that for an hour. And then we will make our zucchini and tomato salad, which is again, divine for your summer barbecues. So when anybody invites you over, by the way, and they're like, can you bring something? This is the easy dish that you are going to bring. We're going to dice up some celery too. Yep. So those are going to be minced up, and then if you want to drop that in there for me. It doesn't smell bad. I'm not usually a big onion fan. Oh, these onions are translucent, which is about the color you're going to want them. You want to get those in there for me? Smells good in here. We're inside, by the way, the beautiful Slyman Brothers Kitchen, and the Wolf appliances are all the rage right now. Everybody's loving this. Or Sub-Zero, which is right behind us. Have you been looking for new appliances? If so, remember, support those that support us. Okay, and then we're going to do these celeries. I'm going to get these going real quick.
I got to get this other.
I might use that knife. Too many cooks in the kitchen. I want to bring on, okay, so here's what I'm going to ask. Anybody in the industry that has really amazing knife, both Zach and I agreed on this one. He was like, ooh, I like that idea. I want someone to come in and give us the true cutting techniques. I know it's supposed to be that, the up and down, up and down, up and down, but I learned some things when we were in Cabo, and you're not supposed to like let a portion of the knife cut or like rest down. Do you know about these things, Mom? Have you ever been taught? I know, so let's do it together. I love cooking classes. You know what? My mom will tell you this. I always like to be real. Why don't I cook more, Mom? Seriously? Why do you think I don't cook more? What is preventing me from cooking more? Holy cow. Zach, do you know why?
So busy.
Thank you. Zach answered, right?
What?
Because I'm so busy.
Oh, well now.
What do you mean now? That's what I just said. Why do you think I don't cook a lot? I'm too busy. So my husband does a lot of cooking for us, and he is actually a very good cook, which reminds me of my father. Dad was a really good cook.
Yes, he was.
So that's what we'll have to do on a future show. Now, see, it's all coming to me. My dad was...
He loved to barbecue.
Well, he loved to barbecue, but also, what are we doing with the spinach? 2 cups of chopped baby spinach. So get our cup out. I'm going to chop this up. And keep stirring that for me if you want. And then I'll just chop it up. My dad made ham and beans, right? He loved. Now, one thing you are never going to see me make here is liver and onions. That he did love.
Me neither, yes.
He and my sister-in-law would eat liver and onions. If you're on the liver and onion team, I'm sorry, I am not. I don't even know if I could make it for you. The smell of liver and onions I can't do.
I think these celery should have been smaller.
No, that's exactly how they wanted it.
Okay.
Let me ask this. Besides ham and beans and liver and onions, what else did he love making? Anything else stand out? Oh, he liked biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy.
You made him biscuits and gravy.
I made it for him one time when he was bad sick.
When he was sick.
Yeah, I made
If you don't know, my
biscuits and
dad passed away when I was 24 from cancer. And, we were going to drop that information in, by the way. We talked about it earlier in the week, that with the Western diet like it is, so much meat-based, and this is not good news, that colon cancer, they're linking back to the Western diet of so heavily being a lot of red meats, etc., that for men especially, it is the #1 killer, they're saying now. And in 10 years, they said it's going to be the #1 killer for men and women. Unless we start to change things around, which is why we came straight out of the gate today with our cooking segment and wanting to do a little more vegan and vegetarian base. So we did the onions, the celery, and the garlic. Yep, it's soft. Is it ready to go? Not this yet. Is that good to go?
No, I want to cut it smaller.
Hang on. Is that ready to go?
No, I don't think, no.
Is it soft? It just needs to be cooked to soft, everybody.
Well, the celery is not.
The celery's not? She's eating it out of the pan. This is the real Monica Adams and the real Jackie. Not soft yet?
Celery is
It just needs to be soft. Okay, we're going to get the coriander and the cumin and the cayenne ready to go. And don't put that spinach in there yet until that's soft.
2 of them?
2 cups. Yep, I'm going to cut the rest of it up. So what would you tell moms and daughters that have never cooked together, Mom? What would you tell them?
Do it. It's fun. Or
Right.
even with your granddaughters.
Granddaughters. My sister-in-law is doing that right now, by the way.
She's showing her
So
granddaughter.
cute.
Yeah.
It made me go, you know what? If she keeps at it, She is going to be a phenomenal cook. My sister-in-law can cook, can she not?
Yes.
She
And
wants
I
to come on a future show and make German potato salad. Zach, do you like German potato salad?
I have had it at Oktoberfest before.
With a big stein of beer? Something like that. So that's what she would probably make. But I want her to make some authentic German dishes besides the potato salad. I mean, she can make, is it Spätzle?
But yeah.
Spätzle? Yeah. So anyway,
The little noodle.
I think that's ready. That's good to go.
Test.
Yep.
It's not.
It's good and soft. So we can bring this up a little bit. That's the beauty of this. Supposedly we could put our hand on it. Don't do it. But
No, I
supposedly we
won't.
could put our hand on it and it wouldn't be too awful hot. Don't do it. All right. So going back, we are doing onion, celery, garlic, cooking until soft, and then cumin, coriander, and cayenne. And let's see, we need 2 teaspoons of cumin, a teaspoon of coriander, and then 1/4 of a teaspoon. So teaspoon, teaspoon, and 1/4. Cumin, coriander, cayenne. All right, coriander first, cumin. Oh, we don't want that to get too brown. And then the cayenne pepper, as I told you earlier, if this was just for me, I would probably make it a little spicier, but
You can
I won't
add
do
that.
that.
You can
You
add
can add
that
it later.
at the end.
yes. I love the smell. I wish this was scratch and sniff television for you, by the way. I love the smell. All right, let's turn that down a little bit now.
Yes.
I love the smell of coriander, don't
Yes.
you? All right, keep stirring that for me. You're doing a good job. I got my sous chef right here. Nice job, Mama Jackie. Coriander. Actually, I'm sorry. I need a teaspoon of this. That was only 1. I got a 1/2 teaspoon here. A little more. Zach's. Oh, that's okay. That's why we have washcloths. Or dishcloths, I should say.
Dishcloth.
All right, and then a little cumin. We get a teaspoon of this, a teaspoon of that. Throw a little over your shoulder. No, don't do that.
No.
It's not our own kitchen. Don't do that. Oh, it smells good. I love the smell. Now it reminds me of cooking around fall when you make really amazing chili. Oh, now we only need 1/4 of a teaspoon of.
Yeah, I love making
cayenne.
chili.
You love making chili? So on a future one, and this is also from this cookbook, the cookbook that we're using this recipe from is called the Karma Chow Cookbook. There's only 1/4 of a teaspoon, but it will have a little kick to it, a little spice to it. All right, keep stirring that for me. There's an
I
incredible
think we need a little
vegan.
more oil in here.
There is an incredible vegan chili that is from this cookbook that I love. Okay, cumin, coriander, cayenne. Stir, release the flavor. Now we're going to stir in the spinach and let it wilt. Okay, ready? Little spinach, little spinach,
Little spinach.
and then I think we have a little extra spinach.
See, now I've never had spinach in my pepper.
Exactly, we're making this modern.
Yeah.
I think we've got a little
Yeah.
leftover spinach. That looks good, by the way, and it smells really good in here. So we're gonna let that wilt a little bit, and then add the tomatoes and the salt.
Smells delicious.
It does, right? I'm telling you, I wish we had scratch and sniff television. I'm gonna just kind of reset the show again. Brand new segment that we're doing, and we kicked it off with my mom. Thought it'd be fun. You all enjoy her on with me. We are making a modern version of stuffed peppers, because when she made them for us when we were growing up, it was the peppers with rice and tomatoes and some onions, little fun fried onions on top, and then you put beef in it. We're making
Yeah.
this one more vegan or vegetarian based.
Vegetarian.
All right, you ready? We're gonna
Yeah.
put in the tomatoes. These are fire roasted, and you can play around with that heat a little bit if you want. So you need 28 ounces. And again, we're gonna put this recipe on for you. Oh, this smells good. Zach, you ready to eat?
Yeah.
He's like, yes.
I can smell some over here.
You smell it over there?
We are doing, again, 28 ounces of the fire roasted tomatoes. We're going to add a little salt. How much salt do we need? I am not a huge fan of a lot of salt, so I like cooking and adding to my recipes more Himalayan salt. From a mineral standpoint, it's
Yes.
actually better for you. Some of you might like old school. So 1/4 of a teaspoon, and I am just going to mix it in here for you. So a little more of the Himalayan salt. And that is good.
Should be good.
That is 1/4 of a teaspoon. The more and more you cook, the more you just kind of figure it out, right? So you're going to cook for about 5 minutes, Mom, or until most of the liquid is evaporated. And then we're going to stir in the black beans. Let me check real quick. Yep, it doesn't have us getting rid of that. And then we're going to use some currants. So this, to me, is what I really love.
Currants go on top, don't they?
We're going to stir in the currants. Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're going to turn that up a little bit
Okay.
so that we can try to get that liquid evaporate. Again, about 5 minutes on that. And then we're going to stir in the black beans, the currants, and the nutritional yeast, which is going to take and give that hardiness, as well as the quinoa. And then we're going to go and get a couple of cups of water to add to this as well. It looks good. It smells good. First dish we're making, again, is they're called quinoa and currant stuffed bell peppers. So if you do get this recipe book, you're going to turn to page 161. 161. And if we do this right, they're going to look absolutely beautiful at the end. So 5 minutes on that. All right, so Mom, in the time when we put it in the oven, you want some wine?
Oh, yeah, we did send somebody out to get us some wine.
Chuck Gillentine, thank you for
Chuck
providing
went
us
and
with a
got us
little
some wine.
petite sirop. We're going to put it in the decanter. I've got some wine.
Oh, yes.
Just in honor of our dear friend Michelle, who was part of our show for the first couple of years, and she's now running our website. She is brand ambassador for us. She likes this. Ready for it, Zach? That's her favorite sound.
Yes.
I'm going to put this in the decanter, and then we'll have a little wine while we are letting the stuffed bell peppers do their thing, and while we're making our other side dish.
Yes.
So do you enjoy this together? I do. I'm going to tell you
Yes.
right now that one of the things that I need more of in life is this: slowing down, enjoying some time. I told my husband that
You and he should do some
I'm telling you,
cooking together.
we are. What we want to do. His mother unfortunately passed away shortly after we started dating, and his mom, all I've ever been told, was an absolutely incredible cook. And so we are going to want to try to do as best as we can, Kay, or Mama. We always want to know what I would call her. You think I would have called her Mama Kay? Like Mama Jackie? I think so.
Well, maybe you would. Yeah.
Mama Kay, I want to do everything we possibly can to honor you and your lasagna dish. Okay, that looks good to me. So what else did I tell you? We need to add the beans, tomatoes and salt. That's done. And then stir in the black beans and the currant. The majority of the liquid evaporating.
No.
Let's turn it up a little bit.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to get this evaporated. Yeah, there we go. Just a little hotter. I'm going to wipe off this coriander we did.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put in the beans. I know what you can do. Can you go get me some water? Mm-hmm. And we're going to need 2 cups of that. And then we're going to stuff those peppers and we're going to put them into the oven. We'll have a little wine. We're going to give some wine to Zach because he's doing a great job. Zach Kimball has been with me now for a little over a year. He's a phenomenal director and I'm just so proud of him. He came with us like a lot of these interns do. I'm excited. We've got some new interns starting from University of Missouri, Columbia, or MIZZOU. They are going to be with us, and I am excited for them because they're coming at a time that is going to be so much fun. We're doing these brand new segments. We've got more ideas of things to do that you all are asking for. Thank you, and then we're going to need another one in just a second. But that's much better. That water's almost evaporating for us. Bringing up that heat a little bit. Again, everything's made easier when you have the right appliances. And so I would highly recommend that you check out the team here. I just met a lot of them. They're so sweet and accommodating. Wolf, Sub-Zero. Wouldn't you love to have this kitchen and this island?
Oh, yes.
The
This
space
island.
of this island. When we cut up those zucchinis, we're going to have a lot of room to be able to do that together. All right, that's good. I'm going to let it evaporate a little bit more. And then it doesn't tell you, I'm surprised at this, it doesn't tell you to remove the liquid off of the black beans. So
Yeah.
we're going to leave that in there. And I think the nutritional yeast will probably take it up along with the quinoa. So let's go ahead and put the beans in. Oh, this smells good. Okay, beans and currants. The currants, how much do we need? We need, a 1/4 of a cup. So yes, Mom, we're putting these in. They're cooking. They don't go on top.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what, this woman
that's
that is
different,
behind
yeah.
this cookbook, she is just one of the most amazing chefs. I have a bunch of different cookbooks at home, but I seem to always go back. Don't you have your Die Hard recipe book that you always go to? You did.
Yeah.
I remember, was it from Sacred Heart?
I think
You
so,
had
yeah.
a cookbook from where our parish was in Florissant. And I would always go in there. Hey, here's a fun story for you. Do you remember me? And this is where I really fell in love with cooking. Do you remember you and Dad? So there you go, by the way. If you've never had a currant, they look like little baby raisins. Have you ever had a currant, Zach?
I don't know. What
No?
that is.
It's like a raisin. They'll have that sweet taste to them. All right, we're
Little
gonna put those
baby
in.
raisin.
Little babies. Yep.
Oh, very cute.
Aren't they adorable?
They're
Okay, so
so-
you got the black beans, the currants. We're going to put some nutritional yeast in, and that's 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast from Red Mill. 2 tablespoons.
Maybe we'll turn this down.
Well, you can if you want.
I don't know. Just go
I think you got it a good one.
Oh,
So there's one. This is going to take and evaporate some of that extra liquid. So the nutritional yeast, the currants are in, and then we got to put our quinoa in. We've got, black beans, currants, nutritional yeast, and quinoa. We need 3/4 of a cup. So just 3/4 of a cup. And then we're going to put our water in as well, right? Let's see. And 2 cups of water, and then bring it to a boil. So we'll put that in, and then we're going to put 3/4 of a cup, and then I'll go and get a little more water. And then I'll keep stirring. So I like tricolor, by the way, if you,
yeah.
not that you're asking, but I like tricolor quinoa. It's got a little bit of a different taste to it.
Ah, okay.
Do you think? Tricolor. All right, there you go. There's your quinoa. And then can you do me a favor and give me some more water? And then I'm going to stir that up. We're going to let that boil, and then we're going to stuff them. Bring to a boil. We're going to reduce the heat to medium-low, cover and simmer for about 20 minutes or until the quinoa is tender. And while we're doing that, we're going to start making our other dish, and then we're going to put it in the oven. So if we had a live audience right now, I'd be asking questions. So Zach is my audience. Zach, do you have any questions? He's like, when do we eat?
Why'd you pick this recipe?
Because of the fact that the majority of the things that I remember that my mom did growing up was more of a baking aspect. And I wanted to come out with cooking more so. So we did a modern version. And I just love this woman's recipes. Again, the name of the book, the recipe book, is Karma Chow. It's a Karma Chow Cookbook. All right, so that's the last of the ingredients. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything. Yeah, we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to reduce the heat to medium-low. We're going to cover. We're going to simmer it for about 20 minutes or until the quinoa is tender, and then we're going to put it in the
Trash
oven.
can, right?
Yep, that goes in the trash can. I've got it all the way up high. So he was asking why we decided to pick this one, and I just said, how are you, by the way?
I'm okay.
I knew somebody was going to get cut
I'll
today.
live.
I was hoping it wasn't going to be her.
No.
So we're going to let that come to a boil, and then we're going to take it and simmer it down, and then we'll put one of our tops on, and then eventually we will fill these peppers, and then we'll shove it in the oven, and then you're going to cook it for about an hour, by the way, and then take it out. You are going to want to let it be a little bit browned on the top, not too much. You don't want to char it too much. That's when we're going to put some cheese on it, and then we'll let it be ooey and gooey, and then you get to eat it, which is the favorite thing of everybody, right?
Yeah.
Is it boiling for you yet? Nope. So let's let that go. And as we move this to the side, we are going to start cooking. We can throw this away. Or do you want this? She hates waste, by the way, right? She's going to be like, no, put it in a salad.
Can't you mix it with something for the dogs?
We could probably throw it in here. Let's just have some
Yeah,
more
turn
spinach.
this down. Yeah.
Let's have more spinach. So we needed it to come to a boil. Okay, now can you grab me one of those lids back there? Let's just I love the sound of cooking.
Where are the lids? Yeah.
Beautiful, beautimous. Just grab one of those lids back there for me. On those pots.
Up on those pots?
Yep, can you reach those? She's going to say no, she's got to get up on her tippy toes.
I don't know if
Oh, you did. Good
Oh,
job.
it's too big.
It is? All right, give me a smaller one. Okay, I'm going to take this down and we're going to start
No.
simmering
The
it.
smaller ones are too high.
I'll get them for you. So this one is going to do its work before we stuff
Because
the
I think
peppers.
this here.
And we're going to start making our other one. And then we're going to have some wine and we're going to visit a little bit. You got a small one
It
for
has
me?
to be up there. It has to be.
How about this one? We're gonna borrow a lid. I don't think that, oh, it does. All right, simmering it down, closing it up. I don't think so. It's going to slide down. No, I'm going to get the bigger one. Let's use, oh, here's a lid. I think that's too small too. Oh no, that's perfect. Is it or is it not? It is perfect. It's as if it was made for it. All right, so again, we are simmering for about 20 minutes or until that quinoa is tender. You're going to fill each one of these up. And, you know, we got probably medium size. You might want to get them a little larger, just depends. But that, by the way, one of these little boats is going to be your meal because you're going to be full. Jim might eat a couple. He's a big eater. But what?
I get the seeds out of
Get those seeds out of there. Did I do that or did you do that? Each pepper is going to be filled with about 3/4 a cup of the quinoa mixture. We'll place it in the baking dish. We're going to cover it with a little foil. We're going to bake for an hour, uncover it, and again, bake about 10 more minutes until the tops of the stuff of the peppers are brown. And then you wait about another 5 minutes so it's not piping hot for you, but they're going to be so delicious. And then, like I said, that can be your meal alone. We're going to let this one go for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to start cutting up our zucchinis. So 6 of these, and this should be much simpler. Not a lot of ingredients. And by the way, that's really what you want in life. Let me see how they want these to be. 6 medium zucchinis. We want them, I believe. Yes. So Mom, I need you to cut the grilled zucchini into 1-inch pieces. 1-inch pieces. We'll start with that. And then we're going to do this. How about I would like to know the difference in the cooking styles. What do you all like? So as you're watching this, can you come over here and do zucchinis for me? We'll get this out of the way. And this will be for
now
our
these
next
get
dish.
chopped.
1 inch. So I want you to cut the grilled
1-inch
zucchini.
slices?
1-inch pieces. Yep, 1-inch pieces. So what I want to know from all of you as you're watching, do you prefer to cook on an electric or a gas stove? My answer was always gas until I was introduced to this induction. I may have to say I'm going to stick with electric on that. All right, so if we had a grill and we were outside and we were barbecuing, we would light the grill right now. I'm instead going to light this, and we don't want to have it too high. This is what I was telling you. This Wolf stovetop, the gas stovetop, actually has 2 different levels. So if you're doing something where you don't want it to burn quickly, you can turn it and then it goes to a whole nother level even lower down, which is amazing. Yes?
How many more zucchinis?
All of them, all 6. All 6, please. So like I said, and I had to do Monica Blue, did I not? I had to bring those. We're gonna, I'm sorry, Mom. It said slice the trimmed zucchini lengthwise into a 1/2-inch thick strips. Well, that's crazy, because then it later says to cut them into 1-inch pieces.
No, wait, okay.
Okay, so do this one for me. It wants you to slice the trimmed zucchini lengthwise into 1/2-inch thick strips. And then
Sliced and trimmed. Are we supposed to get all the peeling off?
Nope. It just wants you to slice them lengthwise into 1/2-inch thick strips. So yeah, you can cut them in half. Here, let me do that since you cut yourself earlier. Watch your fingers. Again, we need somebody to come on and teach proper cutting techniques. Lay the zucchini on a large baking sheet. Brush both sides with 2 tablespoons of oil. Sprinkle generously with salt and pepper.
Half-inch
We're going to do
pieces?
it on here. 1/2-inch lengthwise. Yep. Lengthwise.
Well, this is lengthwise now, so then cut them 1/2-inch?
A 1/2-inch. Yeah, those are big ones. But see, it says that later to cut them. That's interesting. So this is the first time, by the way, I am ever making this grilled zucchini salad with tomatoes and balsamic vinaigrette.
Because it said 1-inch.
Well, it does later. It's bringing them back. I don't know why. Okay, we lit this grill. We're not using a grill outside. And slicing the trimmed zucchini lengthwise. Let's see, the zucchini is grilled, cooled briefly, then tossed with fresh tomatoes and a balsamic vinaigrette for a light meat-free meal. So more vegan-based, more vegetarian-based if we add that cheese on. All right, so I am going to actually use some olive oil since we're not,
That just seems weird.
What seems weird?
Well, never mind, go ahead.
Never mind, go on. Okay, Mom, lay the zucchini on a large baking sheet. So we would put it on a baking sheet if we were going to put it on the grill. We're going to do it all right here. And I'm going to use This is really amazing. I got this from our friends down at Circle 6 in Defiance. This is 3 silos. Have you ever seen anything like this before, Zach? It's basil extra virgin olive oil, which I thought would be perfect since we're using basil in our dish. So instead of putting this on the grill, I'm going to actually put some in here, and this is going to be like our grill, our outside grill. Again, barbecue. You can do it outside. You'll have a little nice, oh, smell that. You smell it? You can smell the basil olive oil.
Oh,
I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Okay, so if we were putting this on the grill, we would put a large baking sheet and brush both sides with some of the oil and then salt and pepper. So let's use a little salt and pepper. Where's my pepper? Here it is. And you use whatever you want. So I'm going to use a little more of the olive oil and then sprinkle up salt and pepper. So this has you doing 6 of these, and it's going to serve probably about 4 to 6. So if you need to make more, make more. Little salt and pepper and some, again, we're using basil olive oil. You do you. And we're going to keep an eye on our other dish. How's that coming along? My mom just tried to bite me, by the way. Did you all see that? It's on camera. Yep, we have proof. We need a little more. About 1/4 of a cup, by the way, of this olive oil. I love this stuff. Good stuff. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, and the zucchini goes in the pot.
You changed.
What?
Well, look. These are like this and those are like that.
Oh. Well, we'll have a mixture.
Scrape the hot grill. If you were doing this outside, let me just give you all of this. And let me show you. We talked about this earlier, but I want to bring it back. Look at this cookbook. I am a massive Friends fan. For anybody else that is as well. Grilled zucchini salad with tomatoes and balsamic vinaigrette. And I'm going to give you this little caption. If you know the show, you'll remember this. Chandler said, all right, tell you what, when we're 40, he was talking to Monica, if neither of us are married, what do you say you and I get together? And of course, Monica, in Monica fashion, comes back and says, well, why wouldn't I be married at 40? And he said, no. Just, I meant hypothetically. And she said, okay, hypothetically, why wouldn't I be married when I'm 40? He said, it doesn't matter. I just don't want to be one of those guys that's in his office at 11 o'clock at night worrying about the weenus. Do you remember that? And everyone's like, what the heck's the weenus? And a lot of people can't even say what did he do for a living, right? Remember that. If you're a Friends fan, that was the thing. So right now we would be doing this on the grill on a baking sheet. But instead we are doing it on our stovetop from Slyman Brothers, the appliances here in the Ballwin area. Okay, we're gonna grill the zucchini. Let's put some of these in here. So I would say that most likely you would have them more slivered this way. That's how I would have cut them. Like this way, and then have them as an inch. But it doesn't matter because once it goes into your belly, it all looks the same. Right, Mom?
Right.
So it doesn't really matter, except for if you're a chef and you have to have it all pretty. This is where you would get it, and it would be that beautiful charred color. I'm gonna put all these zucchinis in. So simple. They're just gonna have a little char to them on the outside barbecue grill. In here, we're gonna have them all nice, basted up with the olive oil and the salt and pepper. And they'll have a little brown instead of we won't have the charcoal lines obviously on it. And then we'll have some remaining olive oil that we'll whisk with some balsamic vinegar, some salt and pepper. And then we'll have the tomatoes. We're gonna core the tomatoes into small, thin wedges. Toss the tomatoes and basil with the dressing in our bowl, and then add the zucchini to the bowl with the tomatoes and toss those gently. So again, this is a little confusing. So I will tell her that. I will agree with you. I'm going to take you through this again. It says for you to wash and trim the ends from the zucchini, slice the trimmed zucchini lengthwise into a 1/2 inch thick strips, okay? That's what it said in the beginning. Then it comes back and says cut the grilled zucchini into 1-inch pieces. I think Joey put this recipe together. Don't you think?
Yeah.
You can adjust the seasonings. You can serve straight out of the grill. We might want to taste this one while our other dish is going. Let me look at that while she's doing this and go ahead and throw those in there. Keep doing what you're doing, Mom. You're doing a great job. We got a couple more zucchinis, and then we'll put our tomatoes and our basil together. Are you having fun?
Yes.
Huh?
Definitely.
Definitely. So this would be fun. Oh, Goodness, look at this.
Ooh,
This
yes.
is looking good. I did bring my pot holder, but it doesn't feel like I need to use it. So we've got two things going here. We've got the quinoa stuffed peppers. People are here for dinner,
They smell it outside
right?
and they're
I
coming
want
in.
to take this up a little notch, a little hotter. All right, and then let's do this. Actually, I'm going to use one of these because look at this thing. Is this pretty? This is pretty. Hey, what's this guy? He jumped on the bandwagon.
Oh, it's
There we
really,
go.
you turned that fire.
Oh, that's right. It wants to simmer. I
It
forgot.
wants to simmer.
I gotta have patience.
That don't taste
Have
like,
patience,
sound
Monica.
like simmering.
That's right.
That's
I
a
forgot.
boil.
I
That's
forgot it wanted to
boiling.
simmer. I'm trying to rush my recipe. All right. This guy's a little too thick.
Yes, I'm cutting them down.
Oh, that one's still a little too thick too.
That's,
So we're gonna be, I'd say about 5 minutes or so from stuffing our peppers, and then we'll put them in the oven. Smelling good. Simple. Both of these, honestly, I think would be great for you to have at a barbecue. So you've got some parties coming up, outside events, and people say, bring a side dish. You know, you get those evites, by the way, and people always say, can you start saying what you're gonna bring so that we can
Yes.
take other things off the plate? You gonna remember this one, Mom?
yeah, you don't, well, what you do here? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is simple.
Yeah.
Not a lot of ingredients. And for those of you that love to have your own gardens, get your fresh zucchinis. I love going to farmers markets. Beckett was just telling us he went to Soulard Farmers Market earlier this week. First time ever going there.
Oh,
I
yeah?
love going to those and supporting those farmers. But if you have your own, I mean, start planting those. Mom, you stress. Does that apply for vegetable gardens also? To not plant until after Mother's Day?
I don't know. Well, it just said planting or whatever.
So she's more into gardening. And from a gardening standpoint, she says, don't plant until after, I thought it was tax day,
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, because we have had snow on Easter.
Are freezing. Yeah.
Can you chop these for me or I'll chop them?
Oh,
I'm going to chop these in half. Yeah, we've had snow on Easter before. And so, hence the reason that you're not supposed to do this until after Mother's Day. All of you that had to cover up your plants because you had a freeze, should listen to your mamas. That's the problem. All right, we still, yep, we're heating back there. All right, everyone. You know what? Let's do this because we haven't done it yet. You want to take a break? Wanna take a
sure.
quick break? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have all the zucchini all chopped up, and then this one won't be much left. We can actually have some to eat while we have a little wine, and we talk about some future shows coming up and just visit a little bit, and then we'll put our dish in and we'll let it do its thing. All right, everybody, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our brand new segment. Again, Mama Jackie and myself from the Slyman Brothers Kitchen, and eventually this becomes Fashion and Food Fridays.
My house is so outdated and old. Can you help?
Let's take down this wall and add a support beam there.
Or just replace the furniture.
I love it.
New sofa, chaise lounge, and tables from Carroll House.
What about this bedroom?
Let's tear down this wall.
Or a new bed, dresser, and accessories.
It's like a whole new room.
Get free in-home design, fast free delivery, and free financing too. Skip the remodel. Add new furnishings from Carroll House for your new perfect room. Because you like nice things.
And welcome back. We are so thrilled again that you've been joining us on this very first kickoff segment with my mom and myself. Mom's cutting up the tomatoes. We're getting them ready for the zucchinis, which, by the way, smell amazing. We are doing them in the Slyman Brothers Kitchen here in Ballwin. You can do them on your grill. That way you have that really beautiful lengthwise zucchini with the charred marks in them. That would make for a really pretty salad. But we're just putting a little brown on the zucchini with a little salt and pepper. Mom's doing the tomatoes for us. I'm going to put this to the side. So if you had this on the grill, you would set it aside, let it cool for a little bit, and then we're ready for our other dish that we have. So I'm going to go around my mom here for a second, turn this off, and we are going to fill our peppers. Yep, I'm going to move over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to borrow the other I'm gonna borrow the other stovetop. So this is just gonna be like 3/4 of a cup that you're filling. So if you wanna be completely accurate, as you're doing that, getting those ready. See, so these tomatoes we're using straight from the garden. They're not as hardy, right, as I would like them to be.
Yeah.
But you want to get 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup of this mixture that you're going to put. We're going to have some leftover. We're going to give it to the team here without the peppers. Or we can probably, you know what? If we move these, I wonder if I can get another couple in here. Let's try to get some more.
I was thinking that you could.
Let's get that. I don't know if we're going to get them all. If they can all play along in the playground.
Yes.
We
Get along.
might be able to get them.
Kid,
Can
get
you all get
along.
along?
Get along,
You be
kids.
nice. You be nice over there. No, you make room. Okay, we're gonna be able to do it. All right, we're gonna scoop this in. Where's my other spoon, Mama?
Spoon? I don't
My
know.
wooden spoon. All right, we'll just scoop this in.
Well, you
here
got
slowly.
a spoon, a stir there.
Well, I'll use
and,
that, but there was another little spoon I had. I know where it is. Maybe. Nope. Oh well. We'll scoop it in slowly here. So, this is your mixture of the quinoa, the black beans, the fire roasted tomatoes, a little celery, a little garlic, onion. There you go. It's perfect for that size bell pepper. What you looking for? No, now you gotta go wash your hands because you just licked your hands. Go wash your hands. Mom.
I am.
Cooks gotta keep cleaning those hands.
That's what I was going to do.
All right, you better. I'm calling her on it. Right? You got to call Mama Jackie on these things. 3/4 of a cup into all these, and I'm going to tell you, well, I can say it, but let's have Zach see if he agrees. Zach, smell good in here?
Oh, it smells amazing.
Have you had stuffed peppers before, everybody? What do you think? Have
I
you?
was gonna say, yeah, my personal story. Last time I made them, I made mac and cheese stuffed peppers, and they were so good. I ate like 3 of them and ended up throwing up.
Oh, no, that's not good. These you will not get sick from.
No.
I promise you on that. So some of these I'm going to probably put a little bit less because some of these slices that we have here are a little tinier, especially this little guy, this little red guy. Let's see how he does. And like I said, we're going to have some leftover mixture, which by itself is phenomenal. Or what I like, you can get those little small peppers that you use for like hummus and dips and things like that. Just use a little bit of those and put it alongside. That way you're not wasting all of your ingredients. Okay, Mom, can you take this and you're gonna whisk together for me the olive oil. We're gonna use that basil olive oil again and some balsamic vinegar. And she's gonna be finishing up the other dish. For that one, I need you to, let's see,
How much?
2 tablespoons of oil and 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, and then 2 tablespoons of oil, and then a little salt and a little pepper. You'll just kind of stir that up for me, and then you're going to put the tomatoes and basil. So the basil, by the way, is 1/4 of a cup. How many of you, when you have your, what? That's
Balsamic
balsamic
too.
vinegar. Yeah, 2 tablespoons. What was I just going to say to you? Oh, lost my train of thought. Darn it. Oh, I know. When you use your recipe books, how many of you have sticky pages? Because you've used it and you love it. You can tell which one of your recipes that you truly love. I need that.
Let's see.
I don't have my other spoon. Someone stole my spoon. Where is my wooden spoon? I think it's because I wanted to use this pretty one. And then we're going to put this in the oven and it's going to cook itself up. Somebody's trying to come for dinner. Yes? Okay, we need you to put also the salt and pepper.
Wherever the top is.
Huh? Oh, don't worry about that. Let's just get some salt and pepper put in there. I'm going to overflow this a little bit. I'm telling you, we need a bigger baking dish. I don't know if that guy's going to be able to make it. He's the small guy, so we're going to take him out. And someone's going to say, hey, tiny people need love too.
Okay. How much salt? How much pepper?
Let's go back real quick for
I
you.
could have stopped there and looked.
You need, it just says to taste.
Oh,
1/4 teaspoon of pepper
and that goes in here?
and a teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon. Well, can you figure it out? 1/4 teaspoon. It's really to taste.
I could really do this one.
No, that's going to be full. Don't do that. Oh, you've got a fourth of a teaspoon over there? Here you go. Finishing that up. And this guy, she's over here playing drums.
Is that a fourth?
Folks, this is so much fun. Kicking it off with you, and I can't wait. Tell me, by the way, what chefs you would like for us to feature on the show, because I'm going to go back to our roots when I did this for 8 years on Camo X. I loved it. We had so much fun. We got a little
How much
overflow.
salt?
Teaspoon. Just, you're going to sprinkle it a little bit in there.
I'm gonna.
So we're going to bring back some of those memories, and we had so much fun together and had some incredible recipes, by the way. But all these restaurants have brand new recipes. So a lot of those that were some of our favorites could probably come back. Put a little more tomatoes and some celery in this one. You can overflow it a little bit, but I'm telling you, see how filled these are? We've got just a little bit left here in our pot. This is your meal. So a lot of people think, wait, what? Where's my meat? You don't need it.
No.
If you want some, you could grill something up and then add to it, but there you go. Doesn't that look beautiful? Now we're going to put a little cheese on top, but I am going to put the foil over the top of these. And did you whisk that for me?
They got no whisk.
All right. Let's come over here and see what they have. Do this for me. And I'm going to move that. And we're going to put this in this gorgeous oven behind me. They have, she was telling me that they have one of these ovens that has a steamer. And you truly have a conversation with this thing. You tell it, like,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got a roast, and it's this many pounds, and it will figure it all out. We're not using this one today, but look at this thing, folks. It'll tell you which baking dish to use also. I mean, that's how we've gotten. You have this entire conversation. And if you don't speak English, you speak French or Spanish or you name it. It has all these different languages. Italian. That's amazing. All right, so this guy was already preheated for us. Now we're going to put this in and let it do its thing. All right, cook for us. I don't know how to use their timer, so we're just going to look at the time. Okay, this one's ready to go. She's whisking that up, and we're going to finish up this, and then we're going to enjoy it all. So you have everything wrapped up in it. You don't have the basil. Let's put the basil in. We need about 1/4 of a cup of basil, and then this guy will be ready to go. So we told you earlier that we are going to be able to take this. Yep, that's 1/4 of a cup. And plant it and have more basil for ourselves. I can't wait to taste this. We'll have a little of this, and then we'll enjoy those peppers. And then you tell me on a future show, what would you like to see us do? Would you like, by the way, to be in the audience? Maybe we can have people here at the Slyman Brothers Kitchen. They've got a location in Ballwin. They have one in South County. Check them out. If you need something new, I know you all are, my Monica's Maniacs are very supportive of supporting those that support us. So be sure and do just that. There's your basil.
Oh,
That's okay. That's for the dogs. Where are the dogs?
where are the dogs?
Okay, put that in there for me. Dump her in. And then we're wrapping this one up. This was Chandler and Monica's zucchini. I swear Joey did this recipe though. Look at, see, you can tell when you like something because it's got dirt all over it. All of your makings of your wonderful dish. Toss the tomatoes and the basil with the dressing in that bowl. So we'll put the tomatoes in, and then we're gonna use those grilled zucchinis and add them to the bowl, and then that we get to enjoy. Okay, we'll go ahead and put all these in. You don't have to be dainty. Go ahead and shove them in there.
I'm just trying to.
Go ahead and keep mixing it up. Yep, you might need a little more oil in there because we've got really big tomatoes, by the way. Did you put enough oil?
I don't know. Yeah, you said. What was it?
I think you might need a little more oil. Keep going. Keep stirring.
It was
Let's see if I can go back
whatever
to this. See,
you said.
This is why it gets dirty, folks. We need, I think we need a little more oil. It was 1/4 of a cup. But you do have some of the vinegar that's mixing in it with it. It's just gonna look pretty. If you had this, by the way, on the grill, that's what I was mentioning. We've got this extra boat that we're not gonna use.
Oh,
No, that was to whisk it. Let's use this.
Let's get rid of this bottom. Look.
Okay, go ahead and throw that one away. So, it smells good. Again, we're using the basil olive oil, mixing this up. I'll show the camera. It's nice and pretty. There you go. Got a little basil in it. I like the colors of the tomatoes, the oranges and the yellows. And again, if you did this on the grill, you would mix it up with the charred aspect of the zucchini. But we did it on our Wolf stovetop. And we're just going to pour these in. And this is a perfect side dish to those barbecue, swim parties, everything that you have coming up. We're all going to enjoy this here at the Slyman Brothers Kitchen. We're going to enjoy this. We're going to have a little wine. And then we will enjoy those peppers. They've got their time to work. We're going to put some cheese on the top of it. And we're going to have a little fiesta. All right, we're going to take our final break. When we come back, it's time for mangia bene. It's time for us to eat. Enjoy.
Monica's show brings positiveness to the world. She brings positive vibes to the community, and she's in there to help everyone. I really feel this was a calling for me to come to this show and to work with Monica. I've been following her for a long time. She always has a bright outlook on everything. And the people that she brings together, that's what this is all about, is bringing people together. And this is the best platform that I could even think about using to do so.
Time to eat, folks. So the beauty of television, you've watched every cooking show. We've got the one that I just put in here, but we made one already. And who's the taste tester going to be? The man behind the camera. So we've got a pepper waiting here for him, all ooey and gooey with St. Louis style Imo's Provel cheese. And they wouldn't let me bring my good china, Zach. I wanted to bring you a Monica Blue china. They didn't let me do it. So, and they being my husband and my mother. What was that, by the way?
Doesn't matter what it's on, it only matters where it's going, right?
Where it's going?
This is true.
That's
This is very true.
Very, very
All right,
true.
so everybody, if you want the recipe, we will get that all loaded up for you. I'll be dropping it in. Now we got to have him eat out of plastic. This is just sacrilegious.
Pretend
Well, it's like I'm at a barbecue. I'm
Okay,
at a
that's true.
cookout.
This is
Yeah. Thank you.
So a little knife, a
Been
little
smelling this the whole
There's
time.
a knife.
your knife. And we want to thank Chuck Gillentine from Defiance Ridge because we've got a little petite sirah, which, by the way, if you had some meat, this would be perfect with it. That would be a true barbecue right here. He's just missing the meat. We made a little vegetarian, not true vegan because we put the cheese on top. But again, a quinoa and stuffed currant pepper, as well as the wonderful true garden tomatoes from like Hot House garden tomatoes that were just delicious. And some zucchini and some basil, and it smells amazing. And he gets the first
This
bite.
looks so good. Here
Mama,
goes.
thank you. It
You're
was fun.
welcome. Yep, it was fun.
On a future show, let us know what recipes you would like to see, what chefs, what restaurant owners. We're going to have them join us right here in the Slyman Brothers Kitchen in Ballwin. You want to look for a Wolf, Sub-Zero, any other appliance? I do. I need this. He's going to tell us a little something. You never even understood what this
Never
clicking,
used
this.
Nope.
He was like, what's that clicking noise?
Didn't use a gas stovetop until I was about 20 years old. So
I love that.
I know.
It's kind of like introducing a teenager to a dial phone.
rotary
Like,
telephone.
what do we do with this?
What do I do with this? What
Well,
is
cheers,
it?
my friend. Thank you so much for everything that he does, Zach, Mama Jackie, and to a future Friday. It'll be a fashion and food segment we'll be doing on Fridays. Go ahead and eat. Enjoy it. Mom, you want some wine?
Oh yeah, it's so fresh. I'm definitely going to be making this. I think
It
need
might be
something for the
piping
summer,
hot,
yeah.
so be careful.
Yeah.
And then a little petite
Here's
sirah.
if you
Cheers
wanna
to you,
cut.
Mama.
A little one.
Let's
yeah.
give her a little wine.
I'll have
We
a little
decanted
one.
this up for a little bit. Enjoy some wine for your hard work. Thank you, Mom, for making stuffed peppers for me when I was a kid. And now we just modernize.